Pinpoint asteroids in orbit, then hurl y'all thousands of miles an hour towards it.
So apparently, Jeranism has managed to debunk the globe using southern hemisphere flights. He's even demonstrated it mathematically, sort of. Let's dive into this groundbreaking claim and see exactly how Jeranism was able to completely dismantle the globe. In the past, I've made videos about southern hemisphere flights, and I've always gone over the math regarding the speed, time, and distance and just how it wouldn't be possible on a flat Earth. This video is going to be no different. Sometimes I think flat earthers purposely don't show all of the information just so they don't accidentally debunk themselves. Like for instance right here, where Jeranism was trying to find a specific flight. I don't want to say he was purposely typing in the wrong locations, but I think maybe he's just unaware of the actual flights.
Basically saying we can go from Johannesburg to South America. So we're going to put in Johannesburg to South America. Flight. Okay, just to see where he's at. Okay, we've got Johannesburg to South America. Here's one from flights to South America. Here's one to Sao Paulo. Okay, and then what we want to do is, what people always forget to do, see this button that says stops here? Change that to non-stop only. Okay. Uh-oh. That's weird. I thought that we could take a flight whenever we want. Just take a flight. It's easy. Just take a fucking flight. It's easy. Anybody can do it. Except for if you want a non-stop flight. Then you have to, well, I mean, yeah, in that case, then what do you mean? Let's change the dates. Let's go to the 26th or something and come back on the 17th. Let's go done here. Oops, there's no non-stop flights. How about change the date to whatever, the 23rd, 22nd, done. Okay, no, search 14 stops. Wait, no non-stop flights found. So, again, here's a problem. That's only to Sao Paulo. I get it. You might be saying, Jeremy, but he said other places. Okay, let's go back. Let's change off of Sao Paulo to what are names of other. So there's Ushuaia. There's Santiago, Chile, right? Santiago, Chile. We're now going Johannesburg to Santiago, and we're going stops nonstop. And you'll notice that it's grayed out. Can't do that. Okay, whoops, go back. How about Johannesburg to Ushuaia? Just trying to think of some city names there. Ushuaia, Argentina. And we want to go nonstop and no such thing. Okay? How's that possible? So, again, now let's go to Buenos Aires. Okay, Argentina. And nonstop. And not going to happen. Okay, so you can start to see that these guys are, right off the bat, for somebody to sit at his computer. So you can just take a flight. Look at it. It's got all kinds of flights from Johannesburg. Well, none of them are nonstop. You're not showing flights. You're showing a drawing.
Oh, right here. Expedia.com. Now, if you would have went to Expedia and typed in Johannesburg to Sydney and then filtered, you click, see this little thing right here? It says more options. You click more options and then you click non-stop. Then you click search. Oh, look at that. Let's see. Let's see. Non-stop. Here we go. Johannesburg to Sydney. Leaving on Sunday. I'm sorry, leaving on Monday. What day is that? 11 hours and 45 minutes. It's pretty expensive, but I mean, that's the flight you want right there. Non-stop. Yep, this is the flight we want right here. $3,181. Yep. It's pretty, I mean, it's kind of expensive, but this is where you would purchase that flight. Obviously, there are not many flights between Sao Paulo and Johannesburg, but there are in fact many flights between Johannesburg and Sydney, for instance. To clear things up, I've done all the work for you and put together a list of flights connecting Australia, South Africa, South America, and New Zealand, so that in the future, you can refer back to this list and make up any assumption you want regarding their existence.
Don't save. Let me go bring up the fleet finder. Okay. So right away, I want to see, where's these boats traveling out here between South America and Australia, right? So we've got, let me see if I can find the one from earlier. This one here. Here's the Nordic Oasis. Hold on, let me get you on a different screen. You are not seeing the whole screen? There you go. Okay, here's the Nordic Oasis. First of all, let's click this to get the track. And it's going to get there in 18 days. So that's a total of what? 19 plus 18 is going to be 27, 37 days? 37 days. These boats do not stop. They're piloted at all times. They don't just sit out in the ocean for nap breaks. They travel the whole time. It says here that its speed is 12.4 miles per hour. Great. If you're moving 12.5 miles per hour, not 125, 12.5 miles per hour times 24 hours in a day, you are going 300 miles a day. This guy is going 300 miles a day for 18 plus 19 is 27 days. Times 27 days equals 8,100 miles. Okay, so you'll start to notice that we've got a problem. That is not an 8,100 mile track. Okay? It's not.
Of course it's not an 8,100 mile track, as you said. It's only been traveling for 19 days. It hasn't reached its location yet. If you look closely, it says it's been traveling for 19 days and it'll reach its location in 18 days. So traveling at 12.5 miles per hour for 24 hours, you are correct. It'll go 300 miles. In 19 days, that amounts to 5,700 miles. Measure that distance out on Google Earth. Look at that. Almost the exact location. Since we're on the ocean, we'll use nautical miles. Now this vessel is traveling from Gladstone Point off the coast of eastern Australia to a port in Brazil. Don't ask me to pronounce the name. I mapped out the path as close as possible to the route they would have taken, which came out to 8,503 nautical miles. I'd say that's pretty damn close to your calculation, Jaren. Sorry this is off topic, but I just wanted to demonstrate how even when using vessels on the ocean, the speed, time, and distance always matches the globe model. I like the fact that you've referred to Vessel Finder to find the actual data from this ship traveling in the ocean, because the same thing can be done with these and other flights. Flight Radar 24 will allow you to download the data from each and every flight and put it into a spreadsheet. That data, which includes GPS coordinates, airspeed, heading, etc., can then be imported into Google Earth, which will show you the exact flight path. Seeing that you accept each and every distance measured using Google Earth by Taboo Conspiracy, Flat Earth Banjo, J-Tola Media, and others, claiming that the distances have been screwed with is pretty bold.
Especially when we know, if listen to Taboo Conspiracy's videos, that it appears that the distances in the north have been screwed with, and it appears that the distances in the south, same thing.
Seeing as though you don't have any evidence for this, that'll pretty much be your only defense once you see how the distances clearly fit the globe model and not the flat earth. Witsit fell into this trap also, which is why he won't even engage this topic anymore. Well, at least not with me.
You made a few claims about, the subject that I really want to talk about. And I just have a few questions about that.
I don't want to talk to you about it.
Let's say we take 25,000 miles circumference of the equator. And so we're really looking for now the curved spot from here to here, knowing that that makes that 12,000 miles, right? If we go here and we're going to grab this to there. So this line is going to be 12,500 miles in a second, as soon as I finish getting it in order. Okay. So that line right there is 12,000. I should be able to move it. Okay. So this orange line here is 12,000. So look at the distance between, come on, don't lose that. So let's look at the distance between that flight we just looked at. So that flight leaving for Johannesburg and coming to right here is what? So it's certainly not 12,000 miles. It's certainly not, oh, let's see if we can separate it by those spaces. So we got one, so we said this is 12,500. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8. Let's go ahead and figure out what that would be. So if we have 8 of those little dots, 12,500 miles divided by 8 equals, so 1562 each section. Okay, so 1562 each section. We grab that, we put it onto, I guess Johannesburg's probably right here. Let me move it to where that green dot is right on top of it. What would you say there? Is about where Johannesburg is? Let me go back to here and see if we can see. Where's Johannesburg? Move. Oh, so it's going to be way south, and That's Johannesburg? Yeah, okay. So we're going back to here. So we're going way south, more like than here. What's that little green thing there? I don't really see that. All right. Yeah, it's about there. So we're going to go there to, and figure right about here. If we kind of swung this up, it's not really possible for me to turn it. Let's get it more like this. That's still a little bit off. So if it was here, it would be 1, 2, 3. See that? 1, 2, 3. And if you want to give it a little bit more airing on the side of the globe, maybe 3.5, right? So 3.5 times our number that would we come up with? 1562 times 3 would be 4687. And what did we say that the miles were on the globe?
It should be pretty obvious to see that the distances past the equator are distorted on this map. So that means a landmass at 30 degrees north between two longitude lines is not going to be the same distance as 30 degrees south on the same longitude lines. It's going to be almost double the distance. Just think about this. The United States is approximately 2,800 miles wide from coast to coast, while Australia is only 2,500 miles wide. Yet on this map, Australia is significantly larger. That alone should tell you that the distances south of the equator are extremely distorted on this map, which is exactly why flat earthers will immediately call this depiction of flat earth a straw man model due to the amount of flaws it contains. The correct way to measure distances traveled by an aircraft between these two airports on your chosen FE map is to use the circumference of that latitude, not try and transfer the distance from one latitude to the other. That's like saying a big circle and a small circle have the same circumference. That's right, Jaren. This circle is bigger than this circle, so not the same distance. From what you're showing here, you're suggesting that the aircraft is essentially traveling along a latitude line. If we want to find out the distance traveled on your AE map, we have to figure out the circumference of that latitude. Santiago is at a distance of 8,527 miles from the North Pole, which forms a radius of a latitude. Times that by 2, and we get a diameter of 17,054 miles, which in the end gives us a circumference of 53,576 miles. Then we divide that by 24, which is the number of longitude lines on this map, giving us 2,232 miles. That's the distance between each longitude line on that latitude. Now, we find the distance between the longitude lines between Sydney and Santiago along that latitude by multiplying 2,232 by 9, which comes out to 20,088 miles. This is sounding very similar to a video I did a while ago regarding Mr. Whitsitt and a similar flight. Now you're probably asking me, what does this all mean? Well, it means the aircraft has to travel roughly 20,088 miles from Sydney to Santiago. There is absolutely no way around this fact. If we do somehow live on a flat Earth, and this distance is true, flights from Sydney to Santiago in the south have to be traveling at a speed of at least 1,600 miles per hour in order to complete their journey in roughly 12 hours. So it looks to me that flat Earth once again has issues, which we've all known for a long time. The moral of the story is this: be careful who you get your information from before you decide to regurgitate it all over the internet. And also, one more thing before I get out of here. The script for this video was made before I watched another live stream by Jeranism. I want to just go on record and saying I applaud Jeranism for accepting the flight to Antarctica. And I like the fact that he is willing to put his reputation on the line in the name of truth. This is what we all should be doing. We shouldn't just be listening to what other people are saying. We should be actually going out and trying to find out for themselves. And Jaren is in a position to actually do that. And what's happening is a lot of his followers are pretty much starting to turn on him. And if we're going to be honest with ourselves, we have to be able to go out and test our beliefs. So this thing about going to Antarctica is absolutely testing your beliefs. And all of his followers are basically trying to get him to not do it and questioning him why he would even agree to do it. Regardless of what his followers are saying, he's willing to test his beliefs and go and see whether or not there is a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. And I wrote the script to this video before Jaren's live stream. Of course, I'm going to disagree with what he says about Southern Hemisphere flights, but I will, on the other hand, I will applaud Jeranism for doing what he's doing. So, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video, and check out the rest of my videos if you are interested. And as always, peace.
Pinpoint asteroids in orbit, then hurl y'all thousands of miles an hour towards it.